Welcome back to another video. Appreciate you guys clocking in. I appreciate all the love and support you guys have been showing on this channel. And we want to keep it going. We want to keep everything going. So obviously there's some good news. A new set has been teased and released. At first it was just on the Italian Pocket YouTube channel, but we've got the English version that just dropped. We looked at it, and of course for every new set we get definitely excited. I am very excited about a new set. Every time there's a new set, I get super excited. I think about all the different decks we can make. I think about some of the old cards we can mix with some of the new cards to make some new combinations, see if something really good can work out. You know, I always like to try multi-energy decks. I always like to try just off-the-wall kind of things. You guys already know that. If you watch this channel, you already know that. If you come to my live stream, you know lately I've been talking about the state of the game that I think right now, and basically right now I feel like the game is really stale, and this couldn't have came at a better time to drop a new pack. I know people were saying that, you know, dropping a pack every month is a little too much, and I will agree with that, especially for free-to-play players. If you are completely free to play, you can't ever feel like you're caught up with what everybody's using, because as you pick 2 packs a day for free and then try to grind up hourglasses, there's no way you can get all the cards that is necessary to keep up with what's being played the most and what's just really good. So I am not free to play. I've dropped some money obviously on the game. I've got a lot of cards, as you can see, but I do feel for those people that are in that situation. So I do understand, like I said, how a pack every month could be daunting, because you'll feel like you'll never get all the cards. But also I feel on the other side, because if we get into a rut like we're in right now, you just want new cards to come out so things can shake up, because I am tired of Sylveon EX. I'm just tired of it. I feel like Happy Ribbon in a 20 card deck game is just too much. I feel like with the emergence of Rare Candy, what it was when it came out, it sped the game up a lot. It's like, okay, we kind of needed to speed the game up because we were going through that Darkrai Giratina thing. So it was like, all right, well, if we're gonna have these basics that are just gonna do a lot, and I want to run stage 1, stage 2s, because, you know, I like those Pokemon, or I like those cards, or I like the abilities, whatever it might be, then give me Rare Candy. Now I can ramp up a little quicker, and I can keep up with someone who has just put out a basic, and they're just a ticking time bomb of when that basic, when it gets 3 energy, is just gonna wipe you out. 3 or 4 energy is gonna wipe you out. So Rare Candy was necessary. It sped the game up, but it also unleashed something new when you mix that with Happy Ribbon from Sylveon EX. So now the deck that's just dominating everywhere is, there's 2 decks. The one deck dominating everything is the Charizard and Sylveon EX. Obviously you can start with your Eevee, you might hit collect, then you get a Charmander, you might have Happy Ribbon by your second turn from Sylveon EX. You're picking all new cards. You're picking 2 more cards. You might get a Professor's Research. You're picking 2 more cards. So at that point, you pretty much have guaranteed yourself, not every game obviously, but 8 times out of 10, you've probably guaranteed yourself Charizard EX, right? Where you're going to put down Charmander. The next turn you're going to back out. You're going to Stoke. Then the next turn you're doing 150. How many cards in the game can even handle that on turn 3? Not many. Or you have to have the perfect circumstances to be able to live through that attack. I.e., if you have 140 HP, you put on a giant cape. Or if you Rare Candied into a stage 2 that has a lot of HP also. But again, at that point, you're stuck with 2 energy maybe. What 2 energy attack is going to be able to keep up with a Charizard who now has 5 energy doing 150? You either have to pray for a Sabrina, pray for a giant cape and you've got your stage 2. It's just the game is now so fast and puts you at a point where it doesn't feel like it's a chess match anymore, where it used to feel like that. For me, it used to feel like, especially with Genetic Apex, that, all right, you make a move, I'm trying to make a move, you make a move, I'm trying to counter that move, or I see what you're trying to set up, so now I'm trying to do this because it might prevent your setup. There's no way to even really do that anymore. You really have to just hope someone doesn't draw into a Charizard by turn 2-3 so you can actually play the game out. If they do and you don't magically have the same luck of the draw, you're completely done. It's like almost nothing you can do. And that's not fun. It's not interactive. It's just no counterplay involved. And that is what the game is missing right now for me. And then we go over to the other deck that's dominating, which also has Sylveon EX. You throw Giratina out there, you throw Eevee out there, you throw man, why can't I remember Froakie out there? And if you start getting your cards by turn 2, turn 3, Giratina has ramped itself up, or you put the 2 energy on Eevee and then Sylveon EX, you're drawing cards, you get Greninja faster than your other opponent can really get their engine working. If they haven't, whatever it might be, you're gonna get that. Now you've got the Cyrus ability to bring it in once Giratina has just sat there for a couple turns. Or if you don't want to go that route, now you got 2 energy on the front Sylveon EX and you got Greninja. That's 90 damage per turn. And I'm not even set up. Like, if I'm not using cards that have a big amount of HP, I can't even set up my hand. I can't really do anything. It's just too fast and there's no counterplay. I really think, and this is not me just complaining. It sounds like just complaint. Some people might say skill issues. Some people, I don't really care, because the facts are the facts. Okay, we could all just run, 10 different cards that are the best cards, and we'll all see is 10 different cards. We don't want to do that. That's boring. Okay, if you go play in a tournament every weekend, or you're top 100 and you only want to run that deck, I get that, right? But that's not everybody. The game is out here for a lot of people, not just the few that are willing to and want to spam just the best cards in the game, the best decks in the game. Now, if you do, I get that. But what I'm saying is they need to have something else for people that want to do more off-meta things, more funky, funny, crazy things that will still work and be competitive. And I don't think that's a hard ask. I really don't. I don't think that's a wrong thing to ask for. Because again, that competitive makes up a little bit, right? But there's way more. They made so much money when this EV thing dropped, because there's a lot of players that play the game. I wish I knew the statistics. I don't. I could probably Google it. You'll probably Google it and tell me. But there's a lot of people that play the game. There's a lot of players. And with all the players, it shouldn't just feel like we've only run into just, 2 things that are just the best and there's no counterplay to them almost. What they need to start doing, and why this set is good and a breath of fresh air, what they should start doing is drop a counter to what the meta is going to be during the set, not after the set. We get all our counters to metas after the fact. And I know it's a little difficult to tell what the meta is exactly going to be. Yes, I understand that. When you make the cards, you don't know how, when you give that out to the world, how the world is going to take it, shape it, and turn it into this. You don't know 100%, but you do know what the cards do, and you do know how it can affect the game somewhat, so you have an idea. So drop the counter or some kind of counterplay while you drop the set. Don't drop the set, then we have to wait a month and a half before we have anything that can counter said dominating meta. Let's think of a counter for, okay, if we make a card be able to draw 2 cards, and you can do this technically, let's think of the perfect scenario. In one turn, you could technically draw Sylveon EX, you top deck Sylveon EX, then you draw 2. A Sylveon EX might be in there, then you draw 2 more. Then a Pokeball might be in there, you draw 1 more. And then a Research might be in there, you draw 2 more. We have to think that that's the case, right? That's obviously something that can happen. That's a scenario. So what can we do to help other players who are going against that? What can they do to try to counteract it? Run the same thing? No, everyone doesn't want to run Sylveon EX. Red card or Mars? Okay, red card or Mars will only work if you have them in your hand at the time. At the time. And I know it's all just chance, but still, there has to be a Pokemon or there has to be something else that will do something about those cards being drawn that much and me being at that much of a disadvantage. If you draw 8 cards and I'm over here, you only have 3 cards left in your deck and I still have 9 cards left in my deck, there's a clear advantage. It's going to be super hard for me to win this. There's nothing I can really do. I'm just praying at this point that the next card I get can just slow you down just a tiny lick of anything. And it's so hard to play into that over and over and over and over. So you might as well either use it or you're cooked, right? But that's not fun. And we want to have fun. We want to have fun. So yeah, that's one of the things. I really hope they do something to make it to where maybe the stage 1s have something going for them other than just, I want to skip you and get to my stage 2. If stage 1s had abilities, or if stage 1s had some kind of effects, card effects they could do, then it's better to then want to use those, because right now they're pretty much useless. It's just like, okay, I'll put in my deck just in case I don't get my rare candies. Maybe I'll get this and then I can get to my stage 2, but it's really pointless to have stage 1s at this point. A lot of the stage 1s are just so bad and don't fit into the current meta because they don't have enough HP and they don't have nothing going for them. The damage is low. So what can they really do? It's almost like you get that on a turn, you're wasting a turn because they're going to come on their turn and obliterate your stage 1. And then it's a lot. It's a lot. I really hope that this set, I do like one of the cards in the new set that's going to be where you can look at your opponent's hand and one supporter in there, you're going to be able to grab it and shuffle it back in their deck. That's important because, again, even if you get your Charizard ready, right, and then you have pulled, mad cards, so you got your Lily sitting in your hand, there's been games where it's like, okay, I'm actually in it with this Charizard, right, with my Ninetales or with my whoever. I'm in it. I'm in this game. But you're just going to go ahead and heal the 60 that I just worked hard to hit you with. It's like, I can't win. I can't win. And then you just got another one waiting. It's just a waiting game until you get another one. There's got to be some kind of counterplay. And there's just not enough of that going on to counteract the speed at which these super cards are getting together and just destroying you while you just have to sit back and kind of just watch it happen. So again, little rant, Sylveon EX, I just don't like Happy Ribbon for a 20 card game. I think someone in my chat said, and then I seen somewhere else someone said, maybe up the limit of cards, maybe for competitive, something where maybe competitive has more cards in a deck and then casual only have 20 something. But Happy Ribbon for a 20 card deck is just too fast. The game is just getting so fast where it's not really a back and forth chess match, and I'm just not really enjoying that because, again, I like to use off meta things. I like to just try things and see if this can work, and then if this is a good idea, let's test it against some of these decks. But then some of these decks are just boom, like you're out of here. And we just want to have, I just want to be able to have fun with all these decks. Have fun with all the cards. There's a lot of cards in the game that are completely useless. completely useless. And I just don't get that. Aggron, I hate that Aggron is basically a useless card. And you have to do so much to get some of these useless cards online, where then you have these other cards in turn 2. They are behemoths. I really hope some more counterplay is thought about and put in to where the game can get back to moving pieces around and thinking about moves and thinking about your next move and thinking about maybe 2 moves from now. Like, that's what I want. That's what I liked about it when I first started. That's what I want. And if you made it this far in the video, please comment, tell me what you think about this issue. And don't forget to subscribe for more TCG Pocket content. I appreciate you guys clocking in for this. But CEO is out of here, all right? Peace.